So, apparently, WrestleMania is gonna be 7 hours long. And I got this news here. It is by WrestlingZone.com. I'll read a little short bit of this, but I'm gonna go into massive detail about this and why this is probably a terrible idea, but let us continue. An ad ran during WWE Raw this week, prompting WrestleMania 32 coverage on the WWE Network that will total 7 hours this week. There will be a 2-hour kickoff show. The fact that that's 2 hours for a kickoff show is fucking ridiculous. I don't give a shit what anyone says, but anyway. Then there's a 4-hour pay-per-view event, which in itself is a little bit too long as well. And then there will be an hour-long post-show for whatever reason. I don't know why there's a post-show, but anyway. As a reminder, it said that it will be going for 7 hours in the event. And WrestleMania in total will be 7 hours. Also, if you're including, so you're basically, if you're going to be watching the whole of that WrestleMania today, then you're going to watch the Hall of Fame, and then you're going to watch the NXT stuff. You're basically, that weekend, you're going to get 10 to like nearly 12 hours of fucking professional wrestling. What's my take on this? I think it's way too long. I don't understand why they have a 2-hour pre-show. Really, I mean, you know, it's probably gonna be a bunch of fucking jobbers, doing fuck all. It's probably gonna be a shitty, bunch of tag matches, so no one wants to see that, And then, WrestleMania itself is gonna be 4 hours long. Why do I think this could hurt the pay-per-view? Well, first of all, no one's really gonna check out the pre-show. Obviously I'm gonna have to do it because I have a professional wrestling channel, but for the casual viewer, they're not really gonna watch the pre-show, and they're not gonna watch the post-show, they're gonna watch the 4 hours at WrestleMania. However, if there are people watching this, it might lower the rating for the whole of WrestleMania, and I'll tell you why. My rating will have to be from the pre-show to the post-show. I have to review the entire event, which means I have to go through what is believed 7 hours of WrestleMania. That is way too much. I can barely get through 3 hours of Raw, never mind 7 hours. The good thing is that at least I'll see some matches in the afternoon for myself, at least that's a positive, but 7 hours, personally, is just way too fucking long. I don't know why it is this fucking long. I don't know why, okay? That's one of the key words in this. Why? Why is this show so fucking long? Now, many could argue, well, Jerry, you don't need to check out the pre-show or the post-show, the 4 hours of WrestleMania. Even 4 hours, personally, for me, I think's too long. That means I'm gonna be watching WrestleMania at least till 6 in the morning. You understand what I mean? 6 or 5 in the morning. For me, okay? And even for wrestling fans in America, they probably have to go to work in the morning. They don't want to stay up till midnight watching a post-show. So I don't understand why it's so fucking long. Many kind of positive things you could take from this. At least you're gonna get money. At least you're gonna get more for your money. But, like I said, doesn't matter how long a turd is, it's still a fucking turd. Doesn't matter if you take a big, long, steamy pile of fucking shit, okay? Don't matter how long that shit is in your fucking toilet bowl, it's still a shit, okay? Just because you are making it longer does not make it better. What I want to see is more quality, okay? I would like to see Raw, for example, being 2 hours and having good quality shit. Shit that's actually there, but it's 3 hours to just throwing in crap just to fill time. And I hope they don't. Now, they did this at WrestleMania 31. They started doing it. They kind of started doing it last year, and I did have a problem with it, but it wasn't as bad. But now they're going to extend this shit now to 7 hours. Which is a nightmare for European fans, because how are they going to watch the whole thing? Some of them have work in the morning, some people have to go and get up early in the morning, and shit like that. Same as in America. A lot of you guys may have to go to bed 11 or 12 to go to work at 6 in the morning. But now you have to stay up and watch this shit. Now, you could watch a recording of it, but let's be honest with you, who really watches repeats of WrestleMania? Honestly, I don't. I just watch it live, and that's it. because then you have spoilers and your Facebook talks about the whole show, so it's better to watch it live and shit like that. Honestly though, I think 7 hours is way too much. Way too much. I think it is just ridiculous at the fact that it's nearly 7 hours. So guys, from this point on, I will be heavily covering wrestling. I'm going to be giving you a lot of archives, a lot of videos, very similar to this. A lot of you want me to shoot from the hip, rather than, obviously there's certain things that I have to read from, but a lot of you want to see me shooting from the hip and just calling it like it is. So that's what we're going to be doing. Ladies and gentlemen, we are nearly about 50 subscribers away from 2,000. It does look likely that I'll get 2,000 by WrestleMania, which I think's really great. And it's only March, so it's only March. I only had roughly about 1,000 in January. Maybe slightly more than 1,000, but now we're at 2,000 now in March. Way we're looking at it's looking about 3,000, if I'm lucky 4,000 by the end of this year. That would be great, but all in all, I've already achieved what I wanted to achieve right now. We're nearly at 2,000, so as far as I'm concerned, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve this year. Anything else is a fucking bonus. So a lot of you guys seem to love the content, so we're going to be moving forward from that, and we're going to be doing WrestleMania coverage, a lot of WWE archives. We're also going to be doing specials with podcasts. I'm going to try and hopefully maybe get a few main YWC members in and hang out one-on-one. That's what I'm primarily looking for. And so we can do one-on-one, talk about WrestleMania and shit like that. And yeah, all in all, I'm looking forward to it. So yes guys, make sure to take that time to subscribe. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, 7 hours is just way too long. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. This is General Jerry on the General Jerry channel, signing out.